There we go. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I hope y'all are out there and ready to get some great tips on tonight. I'm super excited about this young lady that is on the show with me tonight. And look, guys, I'm going to give y'all some disclaimers. Y'all already know how I roll with the show. I got to make sure that y'all know who's in charge of the house on tonight. So when I tell you that tonight I am super excited about this young lady that I have the pleasure of interviewing with us tonight. She is absolutely, positively amazing. And you know, our whole thing for 2022 has been divine destiny. And so tonight we're going to be talking about that divine destiny of interiors. So get ready, get ready, get ready. Because my phenomenal guest tonight is the one and only Miss Kristin Leak. And she's absolutely beautiful. Hey, Kristin, how are you?
Hi, I am wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited too.
Well, girl, you know I had to bring you on the show. Baby, nobody else on this show. I'm gonna bring you on here with your pretty self. So I'm gonna give my little disclaimers to the people out there. So I got to protect my babies, right, y'all? She's one of my daughter's best friends. Yes. So that means that she's my baby. So let's get it real straight from the jump. There is no pricing out there. Kristin will not give you any pricing about any of her products and services. You will set up an interview and a consultation with her so that you can get all of your needs met by her phenomenal program. We're going to tell you all about that as we get into the show. I can also tell you that you can follow her. We're going to put her website into the chat room and you'll be able to follow her on her webpage. Look, go out there and tell about 10 of your friends that we got this phenomenal young lady in the room. Now, for you little hot guys out there, let me tell you, she is single, but she can take them those broke brothers. She wants a brother that's got a little something going on. Because you got to know more about this little lady. So, Kristin, I want you just to tell people just a little bit about you, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of who you are in your business. So just give them a little bit.
Thank you. I'll tell them a little bit, but I hope they get to know a lot about me today and my business, Style Therapy by Kristin. I am Kristin Leak. I'm born and raised in High Point, North Carolina. So I currently live in the Triad area, and that's mainly where I focus most of my clientele is, but I do travel. I have been doing interior styling for 6 months, and it seems surreal because I have been busy, so busy and blessed and so thankful for this journey that I get to speak with you all about today. I come from strong family ties. I'm very family oriented. I love style. I love fashion. It's always been an interest of mine. So it's really coming full circle that I'm able to do interior styling full time. So I'm just grateful to be able to live in my purpose right now. I have a lot in store for you all. I have a lot in store that I'm launching. Interior styling is what I've done, but I'm also launching personal styling on the 18th. So you'll be able to book a consultation to be personally styled by me as well, because I do get those requests often. So I'm actually adding that to one of my services. I love what I do. And I love meeting people. I love my clients. They are awesome. And they refer me to the next client. And it's just been a blessing. And it really has taken me by surprise how receptive everyone has been. And I'm just grateful and blessed about this journey that I'm going to talk to you all about today.
Well, Kristin, I got to tell you, I guess you just been in, friends with Chrissy so long that Kristin and Christy, yeah. You guys have been friends for so long. I guess in my mind, I thought this child's been doing this for a minute. I guess because I know, you guys are always interacting and you're always doing certain things. But it's only been 6 months. Oh my God.
It's only been 6 months since I launched Style Therapy by Kristin. Prior, I have been doing it just as a hobby, honestly. When you're just doing things that you love, you don't really realize okay, I can be making a living doing what I love. It doesn't really hit you until it hits you and you're like, okay, I'm really doing this, you know? So I have been doing it for a couple years, and I started off just doing things for family and friends. And I live at home alone. So I decorated my own apartment that I'm in. And I always got compliments like, Kristin, you look like the model apartment, or it looks like the model home. So you want to decorate mine? I'm like, sure. You know, I don't mind. I wasn't charging anybody. I was just shopping and putting up curtains and rugs and decor. And then as I started doing it more and more, got a couple more requests. And I'm like, okay, this is taking a lot of time out of my day. I'm trying to balance the two. So it's not that I don't feel like I took a leap of faith, because I do feel like I am destined to do it. And it is something that I'm called to do.
Yes.
And I think it's therapeutic for me. My name, a lot of interior stylists or designers, you know, they put design in their name, but I chose therapy because it gives me therapy. Wow. And I'm all about also providing my clients with that therapy as well. I want you to come to a place that you love. I want you to be styled, love your outfits, love your wardrobe, love yourself. I need everything that I want is in my home. So I'm, however you want it to be personalized to you, that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to put my Style Therapy by Kristin twist on it too. So I'm going to take care of you. But I've been doing it for a long time. I'm very, it just comes to me. I'm not going to say toot my own horn, but it's something that I'm very talented in. It's my passion, and I'm blessed to be able to do it and have these transformations. I enjoy it so much.
See, this is the thing. You just jump right in. And to all of our guests that are watching and are tuning in, I'm gonna need all of y'all to go out there and share, care, and like.
Yes.
Share, care, and like, and bring them on over, because this phenomenal young lady, Kristin Leak, is my guest on tonight. And you're following right into the theme, of course, of divine destiny. And, you know, I'm, you know, as you know, I'm a life coach. And one of the things that my focus on is life purpose and, you know, self-care. And so to hear you talk about this being a part of your therapy, yes, that is what amazes people, that they don't realize that some of the things that they love to do can actually be rewarding, but also put some money in your pockets.
Yes.
And you do it with such finesse. Just to hear you, look, anybody knows about my pinky toe, let me tell you about my pinky toe, girl. When something just triggers my pinky toe, which is what you're doing, you know, I'm getting the chills. And just to think that you've only been doing this for 6 months speaks volume of who you are. And that just lets everybody out there know, you know, when you get this young lady in your home, you're not only just getting somebody who's just going to put some, you know, little pictures here and a little cup over there. She is giving you complete therapy. And that is amazing, Kristin. I love that. So, you know, when I move, you
oh, I got you. You know that.
You got me, girl. So, you know, blue and white, just tell me what I need to buy and I'll hook it up. I'll buy what you tell me to buy. You just go ahead and do what you got to do. But I am super excited. So let me ask you about your parents. I know they're very excited and they're very proud of you.
I love my parents. A lot of people, I'm a daddy's girl, but also I'm a mama's girl. So I don't have a favorite. They both love me. I'm the favorite child. I will tell my siblings that, because I do have 2 siblings. I'm the middle child. So I do have an older brother and a younger sister. And my parents, they support me, and they were excited, and they still are. My dad is an entrepreneur as well. So he is a handyman. So he has been teaching me a lot of aspects that I didn't think I would be doing. Definitely actually helping me finesse my painting skills, install light fixtures, other fixtures, switch out things. So he helps me so I can, you know, be very well-rounded in this industry. And his talents go beyond handy man work. So he's very gifted, and I'm just grateful that I'm able to have him along the way. And my mom's support, she's able to help me with my shopping. She finds the deals, honey. Okay, mama be shopping. And she just right in, and you know, she's gonna share my posts and comment and tell you to share, and she's gonna talk about me in the stores and show my reels and my TikTok.
That's
so yeah, they are awesome, and I'm grateful to have their support.
Oh yeah, it's always great to have your family and friends supporting what you do, and because that they know where you started from and they know what it took for you
Exactly.
where you are. And so to see you in that, to see you at the place that you are is rewarding because they knew what it took for you to get there, which is amazing. And we're going to talk about a little bit about that in just a few minutes. But one of the things that I was reading your bio, and y'all forgive me for looking up, but that's what happens when you have two cameras or two computers. So one of the things I read and I was like, did I know that or did I not? It says that you are one of the interior stylists for the national TV show 50/50 Flip on A&E. Girl.
You are so crazy. So I had the opportunity to work with the stars of the show 50/50 Flip. And like I say, everything just happened so gracefully. I didn't know who I was talking to when I got the call to work with her. And it just started off as her asking me. It was around Christmas time, and she needed someone to do a Christmas tree. She's like, can you do Christmas trees? I heard you decorating. I guess someone showed her my post that I was just busting out Christmas trees left and right. And again, I had no idea I was going to be doing Christmas trees, but it just happened, right? So I did her tree, and she was like, what else do you do? And that conversation just happened. And she's like, well, okay, I have a Airbnb I want you to take a look at. So then we walked through and, they told me some of the needs of the Airbnb because this business is like new to me. So I was like, I am down for the challenge. And, gave me the timeline, and we talked about budget and the vision. And the Airbnb, how I styled it, it wasn't featured on the show yet, but the Airbnb is there. So if you see any of the decor, and you can book it, actually, it is locally. It's in Graham, North Carolina. So that's where the show is filmed, in that area, the Graham, Burlington area, Mebane area. So the show is filmed locally. So definitely support the show.
Yeah.
But they're a great couple, Dedrick and Crystal Polite. So I was able to work with them on a few projects, and you just never know like where this journey is going to take you. And I feel like that's what happens when you do live in your purpose and you do things and you follow and you just be obedient, So I'm grateful for that. And I haven't been featured on the show or anything of that nature, but just being able to work with someone like them with their influence and the community and the real estate community and learn a lot from them has been a blessing too.
I can, you know what? I'm gonna pause you right there because one thing that I'm enjoying, and I'm putting Kristin's website into the page, so you guys go out there and make sure you go to her website and check my baby out because she's doing amazing things. One of the things that I'm hearing, and again, you're making my hair rise on my arms and my pinky toe going like that. Stop that now. But one thing that I'm hearing you say, and which I enjoy hearing young people say, is you give reference to God in this journey and how blessed you are in this journey. And so being young, you guys do a lot of things that old folks like me did. But you guys have a lot that's going on in your lives.
Yeah.
And so to be able to not only do what you do, but to give God reference. Do you ever get any, kickbacks from the other young people in your life that say, God who, or why you say God when it's about you? Do you ever get those kickbacks? But you know what? I think I probably can answer that question. You probably don't, because you don't fool around with just anybody.
You know me so well. And I think that's kind of the people that I attract and the people who are attracted to me and what I do, and it's just how I do things. If you know me, I'm a genuine person. I'm very authentic, and what you see is what you get. And I like to have a good time just like anyone else. I have a big personality, but I also, know God is within me. He's in me, and that I couldn't do anything without. So I don't mind telling people when it comes up, because it has been a journey. It's not been rainbows and sunshine every single day, so there are times when you're like, okay, as an entrepreneur, did I make the right decision? But it's just like, okay, this is a part of the journey. So I've learned so much. And it's been 6 months, but I say it feels longer because I have learned so much. And I know this is just the beginning. So I'm like, if I can do this in 6 months, I'm already, manifesting things and praying for things, and speaking positively on my life and on my career and on my future. So I think that is very strong. We don't realize, how much power that we have, and it's power in the tongue. So being mindful of like how you speak and speak over your business, like my business will prosper, it will succeed, it will be successful, all of those things you have to. You have to believe in yourself. Yes, you do. And I recommend that for anyone who has fear. That fear can just take you aback and keep you complacent and keep you still. And you just got to keep moving forward. Keep moving even when you are fearful. Just keep going and keep pushing so that you can continue to thrive.
Girl, look, you're going to make the old girl cry. It's not loud on the show because my mascara run, and then you see I'm
don't cry. Look, pretty.
One of the things that I do, I've always wanted my girls to have good friendships with people that are positive. I wanted them to have people in their life that, if they're not listening to me, they can listen to somebody else. And, that's what I've always wanted for them. I know they think I'm picky and, that kind of stuff. You know how y'all guys, girls, think about your mamas and stuff. But I've always appreciated the fact that you have always been such a warm, when you come in my home or you in the parking lot or whatever, wherever we are, you are always such a polite person. And I've always appreciated you being in Christy's life, because I think it helps her, with her business. Yeah, shout out to Kristin, the cake baker. My baby.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all want a cake? Come on by. Anywho, but you've always been an inspiration to her. So I know there are other young entrepreneurs out there, and you touched on a couple of things already. One being have God as a part of your journey, but you also said have a plan and be able to exercise that plan, but also have your affirmations that you can speak over your own life. And I kind of been nosy. I went out and looked at your page a couple of times, and I saw where you were giving positive affirmations and declarations as a part of your business. And I want to commend you on that, because a lot of entrepreneurs don't do that. A lot of people, always want to keep church and state separated and that kind of stuff. But I'm always interested. I always love seeing people that can speak positive into somebody else's life, because you never know who's watching, you never know who's listening. And so, if a person doesn't get it from, I'm gonna use my kids. If they don't get it from me, I want them to get it from somebody like you. I want them to be able to have friendships that's going to empower them, enlighten them, and encourage them on the way as well. And girl, if you ain't the shiz niggity, you is it.
Okay, now let me tell you something, because I know I get on my friends' nerves at times too, because I believe iron sharpens iron.
That's right. Really
do. So, the way that I try to pour into people, they pour right into me. So I don't ever feel like it's one-sided, right. I don't have those kind of relationships, and I don't manifest those in my life. I don't pray for those relationships. I need something that's going to be reciprocated. So not saying you need to do this for me so I can do that for you. That's not what I mean. Yeah. But definitely someone who gets it. And a lot of my friends are entrepreneurs. So I definitely am inspired by them. That's even right. If they're beginning, if they've been doing it for years, because there's so much that we can learn from each other. And then I've been getting a lot of also comments as well and messages from other entrepreneurs about collaborating. So you never know, like, don't be afraid to talk. Okay, I'm not never afraid to talk to anybody. If you know me, I'm gonna talk to the person in the store, the cashier. They're gonna be like, do you know her? And I'm like, I just met her just like you met her. But I just believe in relationships and, just talking to people. You never know who is in the room with you. You never know how you might change someone's day and how they might change your day, that conversation. So it's just everywhere I go, and I, build and have so many relationships just by having a simple conversation with someone. Work relationships, friends. I have people who I know from different walks of life, and I feel like that makes me very well-rounded and also resilient.
That's right.
Work with different people.
That part. That's one of the things that it takes. It takes the resilience. It takes good circles of people. And like you say, you guys, you feed, I'm gonna use that phrase. You feed off each other, you empower and encourage each other. And that's what true positive circles do. If one is having a bad day, the other one can pick them up and vice versa. And you still keep rolling with the punches and you never let the other one down. One of the things that I don't know if you're aware of, but I do once a year, I do a show, an event called Collaboration versus Conspiracy. And as you were talking, matter of fact, I had this in my back of my head, but that I would love to do a youth version of that, because you young people now, and I'm not meaning that disrespectfully and by any means. So if anybody out there, y'all, it is Uncensored Conversation, reach out. But I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, because I think you as young people, you guys go through a whole different type of collaboration and versus conspiracy differently from my generation. We're kind of old school, settled in some ways. But you guys kind of, y'all use the market a little bit differently. And there's things that you guys do that other young people need to know. So I think what I'm going to have to do is do the collaboration versus conspiracy youth part. And I'm going to have to make you the spokesman. I think that's what we're going to have to do.
Okay, we can talk about this, Miss Victoria. See how you put me.
Because you think about it, I'm sure there are other people in the industry that are, if they're not doing what you're doing, but they're young, they're under the age of 40. I'm going to say under the age of 40. Okay. And
I feel young, so look, I like the term young, but
you know how we do. But there's people in your group that need to know this is what you look for and what you look out for when you're dealing with people. If you're collaborating with somebody, like you and Chrissy do stuff, and she can bake a cake and she take the cake to your next client, or however y'all collaborate. But the thing is, and then you have somebody else who does something else. But even with that, you always have to make sure that you're setting those boundaries, and that someone's not pulling more than they're giving. You know what I mean? And I think in your age group, your people need to know that, and you need to see it from your age perspective. And so I think it's very important that someone like you and some of your other friends that are true collaborators together in the business industry need to be able to speak to the other youth people out there, or other youth people that are trying to get into business and being entrepreneurs. It's 2022, guys. If you're not doing something with your life, you need to be doing something with your life, okay? It's a proven fact that everybody needs at least 7 pieces of income. And whatever that is, you should make one of those your passion.
Right.
So I think we're going to talk about that, girl. We're going to put you on the collaboration.
No, I believe in multiple streams of income. So definitely preach it to the choir, okay?
I think look, guys, if y'all want to have Kristin as one of y'all's collaborators, I'm going to need y'all to go ahead and book a consultation with her today to collaborate with her. And don't be messing around, because then Christy's mama going to have to come and get y'all, because I don't let nobody play with my baby. So I want to talk, and to all of our guests, girl, we got a bunch of people out there. I want to shout out to all of you guys for being with us on tonight. Thank you so much for joining. If you have not done it, go out there, share, care, and like, and bring all of your family and friends on over so Kristin can talk to us even more. So Kristin, I want to get into a couple of your other things. Girl, your bio, I love it. Can I just say I love it? Sometimes I invite people, okay, this is for our future people that are coming on Uncensored Conversation. Sometimes I get people on the show and they don't send me anything. I need something. I know a little bit about you, but I want to know more. And I love how you did this tonight. Thank you so much. It helps me have something to go with. I really appreciate that. You did it, and I love it. So I'm going to do this. I want to mention this now so you can tell the people more about it.
Okay.
So Kristin is offering tonight a free 15-minute discovery call and discounted consultation. So
Yes.
Kristin, tell the people a little bit about that, because we're going to get into some of your services, and I want them to have your information. Guys, it's out there in the link. You can see what she has and you can see her website. But Kristin, tell the people what that entails.
Yes. So your first point of contact with me with Style Therapy by Kristin should be through a discovery call. So the discovery call is 15 minutes. It is short, but it is enough time. And sometimes it runs to 20, but 15 to 20 minutes for us to kind of have that conversation to see if I'm a good fit for you or if you are a good fit for me. Because a lot of times, clients or potential clients can kind of get confused about some of my services. So it just allows me to have the opportunity to see what you need, and kind of have that first point of contact with you. And if we have that contact and we're like, okay, Kristin, I've seen what you do. I know what you do, and I want you to do that for me. Most of my clients kind of go there, but I've had some that's like, okay, I just want you to do this, that. And I just want you to, give me some pillows and a curtain. And, I just want you to decorate but not really decorate. I'm like, okay, that's not what I do. I definitely want to have a transformation for you. So it's worth your time and it's worth my time. So if it's something, then we see it as reciprocated. We are able to work together, as I need to have that relationship, and I'm very transparent. So you tell me, we talk about budget. That way I kind of have a little bit of knowledge of what I'm working with.
Right.
And if doable to what your needs are. So if you're like, okay, this is my budget, this is what I need my whole house complete with this amount of money, and I have an idea, but I'm interested in your vision, then okay, I'm like, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Now from there, we schedule a consultation. Now consultations are mostly in person, but I do offer virtual because some of the packages, they are very flexible. And that's why I cannot quote prices, because each client is individual and personalized. So your package is going to be personalized to you and your needs, which may be different from Sarah Joe Madison. So you're not going to have the same price as her or him. So we want to talk about your package and what you need, not what they received. And we go from there. Now, if there's any kind of work that I do not do and I need to contract any work out, then of course those costs have to be calculated. So that's why I don't like to quote. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I have an idea, but people can try to hold you to those numbers. So I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to give you a number and not want to, of course, recognize that. So we want to have a in-depth, in-person consultation if you are local, or if you want me to travel to you. If you want a virtual consultation, then we do that, and I'll give you all of the deliverables that I need prior to that virtual consultation so that it is complete and you're able to move forward. But either way, you have me for the consultation for an hour, and we go over in depth the design, any ideas, any vision that you have, and I go through my vision that I have for the place and able to provide you with the proposal that we both agree on so we can move forward with the project. Talk about deliverables, timeframes, and once everything is approved, hey, we're going to get started and have that transformation occur and, make it therapeutic for you. And let's get started with those bookings. And I believe if you're tired of coming home to this place that you dread, or you don't feel at peace at your house or your home or your apartment, or your business needs an update or refresh, it's not been done in a couple of years and you're ready for a different look, and you're not sure where to start, it's hands off. You don't do any of the work. We do all the work for you. So that's what I like about it. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to think about what texture and what color and what patterns go with what. We do all of that for you. And then the install occurs and you just walk into a complete transformation. So it's very simple. It's a very easy process. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to clean up before I come. I'm not that type of person, not a judgmental person at all. So I want to give you the service that you need, you deserve, and that's my goal. And I love my clients, and I have not had a terrible experience. All my clients have been amazing. Awesome. So I'm just grateful for them and for them allowing me and trusting me in Style Therapy by Kristin. So I look forward to working with any potential clients. If you see something in me, you're like, I want to work with her, or I'm interested in learn more, the discovery call is free. So that's what I like about it. That way, you know, you can have that time with me and before the consultation to see if we want to move forward. And the discovery call is free. And I am offering, if you do the discovery call and book that within a week of today's, then we can have a discount off your consultation. Mm-hmm. So that's the offer for anyone. And you can email me about your discovery call. Everything is available. All my information is on my website, which is linked.
All right. So, Kristin, let me tell you, I got a couple of, like I told you, I told you I'm going to get a behind the scenes conversation, right? So one of the things that one of the individuals asked, when you're in the process of making the transformation in their homes, would, excuse me, will they be required to not be in their homes while you're doing the transformation?
I'm sorry, you were breaking up a little bit on my end. What was the question?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, let's look. We ain't doing that tonight. So one of the questions is, when you're doing the transformation in their home, will they be required to not be in the home?
That is totally the preference of the client. Now, most clients, they do want to be surprised, of course. But some clients, they are at home. I've had a few that are at home. And, you know, I try to keep them in another area of the house. If it is the full bottom floor upstairs, you know, no peeking, but hey, at the end of the day, they're going to want to see what's going on. So it just depends. Like, it's your level of involvement that you want. It's your experience. So I'm here to make your experience pleasurable and easy and exciting. And I'm fun to be around. And I want you to have a good time while you're around me. So if me and my team are in your home, you know, you don't have to worry about us being in your way. We do what we need to do. And then I'll let you know when it's time for the reveal. And make sure that I'm very communicative with anything that's happening. Now, if you want to step away and come back, I have some of those responses, and those reactions are my favorite, because you just leave and you come back and it's like, you know, you're walking into a completely different space. So I do love those reactions the best. But I love anything. Even if I'm halfway done and you want to show what's going on, I love it all. So I like to see my clients get excited about the transformation. It brings me joy. So
that's amazing. You, girl, you just look, you're going to make me go out here and buy me a house or something just so you can just fix it.
Yes, okay. Now the housing market right now, we ain't going to talk about that, but hey, I wish home ownership on everyone.
Actually, I was having this discussion, and I hope he's watching, my godson. I was having this discussion today. I said, I don't know if I want to actually own a home, but I, you know, because I'm going to be 60 in a few months. So I'm, you know, if I want to own a home, because I want to up and bounce around, you know, the world. So we're not going to get into it. I'm going to ask you a question, but I'm going to save it for a consultation for someone. But one of the things that I do want to ask you, you know, if you had to say a client that you wouldn't work with, and I know that, you know, we don't say that, right? If you had to say, my ideal client would not be, what would that be?
Okay, my ideal client would not be someone who does not trust me with their vision, you know, to get it done. Because I'm a person very, like I say, I'm transparent, and I believe in any deliverables that I provide you with. So if you are, you know, having some kind of, you know, turmoil and you have some kind of apprehensions, I understand, and I'm willing to talk through those things with you, you know, to make sure that you feel comfortable about moving forward. But once we talk about those things, like any other relationship, let's move forward. So, you know, I definitely want to keep the whole experience as positive as it can be. And we are human, of course, and humans make mistakes and things. And, you know, we still living in COVID, so delays and everything of nature. So just someone who's understandable of all of those things and unforeseen circumstances. So, patience, times we have to have some patience to get through and find a reveal. So it's all worth it at the end, is I know, and what I've been happy to, express. It's going to be worth it. And even if you decide like, call, I'm interested, let me get back with you in a month or two, like that's perfectly fine. Like let me see what my schedule's looking like then, my calendar, let's revisit it then. Right. So it's never too late. Like you don't have to jump right now, because I understand everyone has priorities. That's right. So if this is a priority for you and you're like, I thought about it, I just didn't know who to contact. I didn't know about Style Therapy by Kristin. Well, now you do. So let's make it happen. My ideal client, I guess the opposite of my ideal client is not someone who doesn't trust me to get it done and deliver. Like just have that trust that it will be done and complete. And it's going to surpass your expectations. So that is always my goal.
So Kristin, I know you said that, you work with people's budgets. You there with me, Kristin?
Yes.
Okay. I know you said you work with people's budgets. So I'm going to put a disclaimer out there for you. Can I put a disclaimer out there for you?
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't mean $1 down, $1 week. She means a real budget. Like, Kristin, I have $200 and this is all I can spend to get what I want in my bedroom. That's what she's talking about. Because I have had, and this is something that I have experienced with coaching. People will say, I don't have a lot of money, and you said you'll work with me. So can you work with me? Sure. Well, I can only pay you $12.50 every other month. Oh no, that's not going to happen. We love what we do. It is our passion. And we do take in people's, like you said, life happens, and we're taking that in consideration. But that doesn't mean that she's going to take 50 cents down and 50 cents every other month to pay off your $4,000 drink. That's not what that means.
Oh no, it's contract law to protect both ends of the party. So to ensure the deliverables that we discuss are, executed, and to ensure, once everything is finalized, then we're moving forward, deposits, it's what it is, non-refundable, and all of that good stuff. So try to keep everything on the contract so that we can avoid any issues in the future. So if you have a problem with, signing the contract, getting that back to me, then, wouldn't be able to move forward, especially with a large project, because, I definitely have to protect myself as well in my business. So
that's it.
And business is business, and even working with family and friends. I love my family. I love my friends. But one thing about me is business. So at the end of the day, I come to you respectfully of your business and your craft, and being a creator, because I think like we're all kind of creators with whatever we're doing in our passion. So being a creator, this is your business. It's something that you're passionate about. So, we can get offended about certain things, but business is business. So if you have any issues or you don't like something, I need you to let me know. Like, I'm transparent. One thing about me, my clients don't mind being transparent. Let me know they don't like this, or, hey, how is this all going to come together? And I'm like, let me explain, or let's talk about it further. Because sometimes I can see it so clearly, and I am a visual person. So I have to give you, inspiration, or, if I need to do some renders for you, which is like a visual of what the room could possibly look like. Some of those services do cost extra, but if you are that type of person, that could be discussed in the consultation as well. But we want to talk about those things, because business is business for me. And, friends is friends and family is family. But when we're talking about Style Therapy by Kristin, I put on another hat. So you're not talking just to Kristin or Chrissy or however you know me anymore.
I call her Magic. That's what I'm going to call you. I'm going to change your name to Magic. Because one thing that I am loving about you, well, I always loved you, but what I'm loving about the businesswoman, what I'm loving about this businesswoman is that you have a persona that is reaching people. And I have people that are watching out in the Maryland, DC area, and they're giving you shout outs tonight, Kristin, because you have the personality that not only do you know your passion, but you know the business. And you have already developed that there is a boundary that we stick with. You know, business is business, personal is personal. And like you said, we as entrepreneurs, that's what you guys have to learn how to do. You have to be able to learn, hey, we can talk about popcorn and Barbie dolls and all that good stuff. But when you start saying, well, Kristin, I want to change the way my room looks. Well, hold up, wait a minute.
Consultation, girl. Let's okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you one of my favorite lines, and you can use it anytime you want to, and I won't charge you. Okay?
Okay.
Ready? Every conversation is a consultation.
All right now.
You can have it. I'm selling it to you. No price.
Nope. Okay. No price. Nope.
No price. Because I think that is one thing that all entrepreneurs need to know. When you meet Johnny on the street, Johnny says, hey, that's Kristin Leak. She's that style chick. Yeah, that's who I am. What do you want to know about me? And you start talking, and you just have a conversation to say, hey, I live over in Greensboro, and, I see you all, I see some of your work, girl, you're doing great. Well, thank you so very much. Well, I want to know, what do you think about changing the outside looks of a house? Well, I'm glad you asked. We can set you up a consultation. See, this is how, and you already giving that to the people. My friends out there in the Maryland, DC area, look, she will, if she want to book you, I'm going to tell her to book you, whatever. But remember that she is a businesswoman. She is an entrepreneur. She's a young lady making headway in this industry. And I'm so proud of you. Child.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I can't wait to get my house now.
That's what I like to hear. I can't wait for you to get it either.
I'm about to get something. I'm about to get me a trailer on the side of my car or something. I don't know. Something.
Got it.
Girl. Let me ask you about this new part that you've added. Is the personal stylist. Guys, I'm gonna tell you, go to her Facebook page. Chick is bad. Y'all. Look, when her and my daughter get ready to go out, I know when Chris is going out with you. I just know it. Cause y'all be like,
yes, gotta
bring this transformation thing. Like, where you going? I'm gonna be Kingston. Oh, okay. But girl, this child is bad, y'all. Y'all need a model. She might have it in her contract too.
I might as well add it.
Add that, girl. Add it.
Anything that makes me happy and brings me joy, I'm doing it. And that's kind of how I'm living right now. So that's why I'm adding different services, because it brings me joy. And I do it all the time. Like, I started with Style Therapy by Kristin. I was doing it, not, monetizing my passion. So that's what I want to continue to do, is like monetizing, and also being able to help people. A lot of family and friends, and, I have a large family. I ain't going to tell you how many aunts and uncles and cousins I have, but I have a very large family, so it's always something going on. So, Kristin, what you wearing? Or I need help picking out this, or, which outfit. And I'm like, okay. Or we're going on a trip, and then I have to do your whole shopping cart for the trip. Like, I'm talking real life.
Wow.
Like, yeah. So me and my brother, we actually went to Greece last year. Me and my brother. So we went and we had a good time, but he's not someone who like really cares about fashion or anything. And I'm like, we're going abroad. Black and abroad. I'm happy, but we're gonna look fly abroad. So told him I was gonna do him a cart. He sent me the money. He wore everything, so it's just those things. So I'm like, okay, I can do it for someone who doesn't have, a fashion sense, or someone who does have a fashion sense and they just don't know, or they want to switch it up, or they want to look spectacular. And I like to accessorize, whether I'm doing interior styling or personal styling. Like, I believe in accessories. I am that extra girl. I am going to be extra when I walk in somewhere, but that's just my personality. It's not something I try to be. It's, hey, you guys, my mom, I'm pretty sure I can blame her. She's responsible for it. So Priscilla, I know you're watching. You are responsible, because she has always been someone who, hey, made sure I looked a certain way, presentable, no matter where we were going or how much we had or how much money we didn't have. You know, she always made sure her kids looked presentable. So I always just took that with me. So I'm going to always make sure I present myself how I want to be seen. And that's just me. I love accessories. I love fashion. I love clothes, shoes, purses, hats, belts, jewelry. I love it all, and I have a plethora of it all. So,
well, I see your mom out there, Miss Priscilla.
Yes,
I love your baby. She's just absolutely sweet. I just love her. Thank you for sharing her with the world. Listen, so you mean to tell me that? Okay, let's see. Is Christy still watching? Oh God. Okay, so if I have a hot date, I can just call you and say, Kristen, I'm going on a hot date, and I know I signed my contract, and I need a hot date outfit. That's all I got to do, and just give you the money.
So it'll work a little different than that, because we will have different packages. Mm-hmm. So because there are times when someone does call and they're like, okay, I have this event and I've been known about it and I shouldn't have waited last minute, but I did. What can you do? How can you help me? What do you have in your closet? Look, some people are like, what do you have in your closet if we like we're the same size and I pay you for? So it's just, it started off like that. So I'm like, okay, I need packages, because I kind of know what people need based on, you know, me, my lifestyle, or a parent's lifestyle. So whether you're a mother, you know, you just gave birth and you need to have, you know, have different packages. You know, you want to be a mommy, but you want to be a mamiana, you need to bring your sexy back. Or you going on a trip and you want to, you know, give jet set in the airport. Because I believe in having an outfit for everything. If I'm going somewhere, I'm going to have an outfit for the airport. I'm going to have an outfit for brunch. I'm going to have an outfit for the pool, for the day parties. Like, you need to have options. Like, I'm just that. So if you want to have separate packages, or if you want to just do a whole wardrobe haul, and you're like, there's nothing in my closet I like. One of my best friends, she's in Texas, and she's like, Kristen, you know, COVID happened, you know, I don't like nothing in my closet. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just have a whole refresh. Like, let me know when you're available. So places and people like that, you know, you just depends on that person. So it'll be different packages. And then we are in like the time of entrepreneurs. And with myself, I do but I have done a couple of photo shoots. So if you're branding your business, mm-hmm. Hey, you are your business. Sure. When you step out, so what do you want to look like, or what do you want that brand photo shoot to look like? So if you need me to help style you for a photo shoot or for a lifestyle shoot with your family, and you're like, I want us to look a certain way. I saw this picture, it was my inspiration, and you know, just depends. So we'll have different options available, whether you're booking me for wardrobe for an event, or if you're booking me, hey, for a brand photo shoot. So we'll have different options for our clients to choose from. So everything will be tailored to you and to your purpose. And if you want to do a combination of things, we can do that as well. So I enjoyed that. And I have had Chrissy's closet twice, where people have shopped my own personal closet. Wow. And it's so crazy, but it's awesome, because prior to COVID, I had everyone come together and we had a lot of fun, and it was just a lot of positivity. And, you know, I believe in body positivity. So that's what you get also with the personal styling. It's still therapy, because we're going to uplift you, you know, fight off those insecurities and help build your confidence back up, so that so it is a whole process, and I enjoy it. So, you know, like I said, we're going to have a good time, and you're going to talk to me about what's happening and we get to the root of what's the issue. I don't like this about myself. We're going to get to the root of it, and possibly change your way of thinking about yourself and your body.
Girl. Okay. So, all right. So first of all, Chrissy says you cannot give me a hot date. Look.
Oh, no, she didn't.
She put it in the comment. Chris, get your friend. No. Get your friend.
You got that.
So because I got another friend who's not gonna make her comments on the main, so I'm gonna do it for her. So just so we can understand. So you can put a combination together. If I want a business look, I want a date look, or I just want to look, You can put a combination packet together.
Exactly.
And call you and say, I need to work on this today. I'll give you, for instance, I'm looking for a photographer that can do me some new headshots, because I've been using the same headshot I got 4 pictures that I've been using the same headshot for. It's time for a grade. Anywho, so I can call you and say, hey, I'm doing a photo shoot for my business branding. I need you to put something together, blue and white. And then you can put that in one of my packets as a business packet.
Exactly.
And then I say, hey, I want to look fly for the party, and I can have that as a packet, and then have a, I don't know, family packet, if you will. And you can put all those packets together, and I can just call you up and say, hey, I want to do my business package today.
So yeah, we can discuss that, and that's what discovery calls, and have the consultation so that you can get what you need. Now, if it's a combination of things and you like, I have something coming up soon, I need you to talk to me sooner than later, because how my schedule is, sometimes it may not be able to assist you. So like, I need you tomorrow type of things, that won't work for me. If you know me, I'm always doing something, whether it is interior, personal styling. I do not promote event planning, but I do event planning from time to time as well. So I have a lot of things happening all at once.
She is a good girl.
Yes. So, and I may promote it in the future. So I'm just seeing how much I like it, and, working out some things with people I work with, and I'm enjoying it. But like I said, just want to make sure it's never going to be, okay, today I need it tomorrow, unless I have that availability and time, and you're willing to work with it, and you willing to, pay for that consultation and the urgency, pay for that urgency that you need those items for. So just know that if you need it, go ahead and talk to me about it so we can get you taken care of. But a combination of things, your wardrobe, I believe in having transferable items. Like, your items should be able to bring you from day to night at times. So that's why it has to be imperative that we talk and discuss your lifestyle. What does your day look like? What does your weekends look like? What is like normal, like what are you comfortable in, and what do you see yourself looking like versus what you currently look like when you go out? Because even if I'm going out, some days I'm like, Kristin, you could have did better than that when you went out. You knew you was going X, Y, and Z. You knew you was gonna bump into this person today. So, you just want to have outfits for those occasions, but also outfits that fit your lifestyle. Even if you're running your errands, you want to look like this jet set mom, then you need to have the outfits for those occasions. But when you're just running around on the weekends and you want to be still cute, you don't want to just be in your sweatpants and t-shirts and some joggers or some tennis shoes. You want to be in your cute sneakers and maybe your matching 2-piece set, or, but still comfort. So you can still be comfortable and cute, or you can still be comfortable and sexy, or whatever vibe that you want to give. I'm about, giving a vibe. So we want to give that to you, no matter what your age is, no matter what your gender is. I work with both genders. I work with all ages. Oh, so, or if you were having a birthday photo shoot, or for your 13-year-old daughter or 16-year-old, or you're going to prom and you need help and you just don't know what to do, it's like everything is so versatile right now. So it's a variety of things that we could do. But just talking to me about what your needs are hasn't been anything that I've been able to, that I've said I would do and I wasn't able to execute it. So I believe a lot of times when people ask me for something that I've never done before, it's because you see that in me and it's already there. I just haven't fulfilled it or fulfilled it publicly. So.
Okay, so guys, I know we're getting close to her. I don't want to keep my baby up all night because she got work to do. She's a businesswoman. So guys, I put her website into the chat over and over. And I'm going to keep on doing it throughout until the posting is completed. I want you to go out there and get her information. Copy the website down, put it on a piece of paper, stamp it to your head. I don't care what you do. Take a picture of it, do something. Call this amazing young lady who's only, which she says, been in official business for 6 months. She sounds like she's been doing this daggone thing about 15, 20 years. Boo, you got me going. So I'm gonna tell you now, you know my 60th birthday's coming up, girl.
Okay. Needs to be 60 and fabulous, okay?
You know my children, but I want a prom party. So I'm gonna have to get with you. I gotta look. I'm gonna take advantage of the consultation, y'all, because we're gonna take advantage of the consultation because I do. I want something that's gonna be popping. Look, if y'all come to my party and y'all ain't right, don't come because I'm gonna be fly. Anywho, because
okay, mandatory.
So I'm going to be making sure I get with you and set my consultation so I can plan ahead and start getting my stuff together, girl. Kristin, you are it has been such an honor to have you on tonight.
It's been an honor. Thank you so much for the invitation. I'm so thankful. Had a good time.
Well, this won't be your last time. You'll be back. You're coming back. So guys, if y'all listened tonight, she's talked about the therapy that she gives in doing what she does. And that means to me that it's truly divine destiny for anybody to work with you, Kristin. So if they're getting that physical, they're getting that house together, then they're getting their persona together, you're giving that complete self-care therapy that we all need and love. And I am honored that you are part of my family's life, and you just keep doing what you're doing. And we're definitely going to talk about you doing that event for the youth the youth entrepreneurs, because they need a leader like you that can help them get to that next level and going over those humps that they may have experienced. You are just absolutely amazing. And I know your family and your friends, Christy's out there watching, your mom's out there, all these amazing people are watching you. DC, look, I can see you being that global person doing this across the globe, honey.
Yes.
And I believe in everything that you're doing is going to bless not only your pocketbooks, but it's going to bless the people that you come in contact with. And I am just honored, my friend, for you being a part of Uncensored Conversation on tonight. What would you tell? I want to end on a different note. What would you tell? You've given some kind of hints to some things to people, but what would you tell that entrepreneur, that youth entrepreneur tonight that is struggling to even get to liking, to even wanting to get into this? They have limited funds. They don't really have the support that, because sometimes people don't have support at all.
I agree.
And you and I are lucky. We have people that support us. But what would you say to that entrepreneur, that young man or that young woman out there that has a dream but are fearful because of the what ifs and what they don't have?
I would tell that person or that entrepreneur, do not wait on the perfect time. Do not wait on anybody. Do not wait on an opportunity. Create the opportunity. Start today. Do not wait to start. It's never going to be a perfect time. It's never going to, for some people it is. Some people, they have the resources or they have the trust and the funds and all of those things. And, that's great for them. But most entrepreneurs do not come from that. Don't get discouraged and don't believe in people's fears. Don't let people instill their fears into you. That's a lot. Don't talk about things, just do it. It's a lot of talking. We do a lot of talking, even when we're talking to friends and family. Just do it. Just get started and just put yourself out there. As fearful as it may be, I've never done Reels and TikToks before. It was my first time. So I've just been putting myself out there. And I just recommend and encourage everyone to do the same, and don't wait on that perfect time or opportunity, because it may never come. And then you have wasted this time. My regret is not getting started sooner. So my regret, I'm like, what if I would have got started now? I'm past that now, but I'm like, what if I would have got started when I really wanted to 10 years ago? No telling where I would be in my career now, but I believe everything happens for a reason as well. So don't listen to people's doubts. Surprise people. Just show up. Just show up and just be you and be great and just don't stop, even on those bad days where you feel terrible or you're not getting the business that you think you need. Just keep going, because it will all come to you. You just have to be persistent, and you have to know your purpose. So get to know you, get to know what you love, what your passions are. If you already know those things, then you're already ahead of the game. So don't let anything or anyone stop you.
Girl, Miss Priscilla, I need to share her because she gonna be. I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
You are absolutely. I mean, I knew the night was gonna be amazing.
You know, cheer up. Don't do that.
Girl, I can't. I knew it was gonna be a great. I knew we were gonna have a great time. I knew that. Just because, like I said, you just being around, when you're around Christy and you're around the family, and of course, Juju loves you, and so you wanted Juju's friends, but just you alone, you have made this interview one of the best. And I can tell you from yesterday, we had the Favorite is Fair, It's Time to Breathe conference, and I'm telling you, if you had been in the house, you probably would be like, wait a minute, we talked about this, because some of the things that you're talking about roll back into what we talked about on yesterday. Going ahead and doing what you need to do, taking that leap, we say leap of faith, but taking what God has given us and breathing through it. And Kristin, I say to you tonight, continue to grow, continue to be the best part of you, because baby, Sylvia Coates, wherever you are, baby, you are going places with what you're doing. That attitude that you have is going to knock somebody's socks off. And whoever out there is watching, that billionaire, that millionaire dude.
Okay.
I'm just saying, we don't want no shady. We want, okay. So I'm just going to say to that, now let me speak to those business people out there. I'm going to need all of y'all. Then you need a refreshing, you need something great in your life. Call Kristin, set up a consultation, get your office together. Kristin, I walk into some of these offices, well, not recently because of COVID, but right. Some of these offices, it doesn't say that I want to be coming in the office. It says like I want to go to the morgue or something. I don't know. It's all dead. Let's liven it up, guys. We got Kristin right here to help. If your home looks like the slums, hey, call her, give her the keys, tell her to fix the daggone thing, but not $1 down, $1 a week. Budget in line. But Kristin, I am so proud of you. We are going to have you back on the show. I want to be able to let people know that, to let them see you grow, but you're going to be that global entrepreneur, and you're going to speak volumes to the people across the globe. And your attitude is what's going to make you the best part of waking up. And that's one of my t-shirts. The best part of waking up isn't Folgers, it's purpose and destiny. And you're a fine representative of both of those on tonight, my friend.
Thank you.
Well, guys, now you've heard her, you've seen her. Yeah, I got a couple of people in here inboxing me, asking me, are you singing? I said she's single, but she don't want no broke brother. She want a millionaire man. Not because she's a gold digger, but you got to come to the table with something, because she's already built her table, babies. So Kristin, guys, next week, you got to come back and be with us. My guest will be the phenomenal Pastor Apostle Yolanda Smith will be joining us next Sunday. Friends, she is the pastor of the Power Life Christian Center, my home church, and she will be with us next Sunday night at 8:00. And we're going to be talking about divine spiritual connections. And she's going to be with us the next Sunday night at 8:00. Then the following Sunday, we're going to have another great friend of mine, my former coach. She's one of my health and nutrition coach. Coach Donna Neely will be with us on the last Sunday of the month, and we're going to be talking about spiritual health and holistic living. So come, guys, and be back with us. Stay tuned, because you're going to be seeing more of Kristin coming back with Uncensored Conversation. You don't want to miss it. Kristin, stay with me for a few seconds, and we're going to let all these good folks get ready for bed. Miss Priscilla, I promise you, I'm going to make sure everybody knows that she's your baby, but I love her too. All right, guys. Kristen's going to fix me my outfit up for my hot day. Sorry. All right, guys. Kristin, stay with me, babe.
All right. Thank you.